Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are blessed. Well, I told you I'd keep you updated on what's going on with my lower back and my leg. So, I don't have all the pictures to show you, but I do have some x-rays to show you of myself. And basically, we went to see the neurosurgeon yesterday. I was told by another doctor that I had 2 herniated discs and my sciatic nerve was crushed. So that turned out not to be true. After the neurosurgeon read the MRI, that was not true. I do have one very slightly herniated disc, and I mean, he said it's less than 0.5 millimeter. He said there would be no way would he ever do a surgery on someone like that. He said that probably will stay that way for years, even though I do the work I do. What they did find, however, when I was young, I raced dirt bikes a lot. Probably started riding when I was 8 and quit riding when I was maybe 23. So between 8 years old and 23 years old, somewhere in there, I had many accidents. You know, that's just part of riding dirt bikes, part of racing, and that's just the way it goes. So I had an accident where I actually broke my back. Now, I did not know I broke my back at this point back then. Probably had a bad wreck and just never decided to go to the hospital or anything, because honestly, man, that stuff really didn't bother me back then. It didn't hurt. If it didn't hurt, I wasn't hurt. So at the very low part of my back, right at the S1, there's a break in my vertebrae. It has healed, but what it has done is it's closed down onto a nerve. Not enough to cause the pain. So the doctor said, you know what, I'm going to do a couple x-rays, just exploratory x-rays. I want to see something. And they came back, and what they found absolutely shocked me and Sarah. I know you guys are not radiologists, but these are 2 of my pictures of my hip. And if you look at the hip, it is absolutely gone. It is completely bone on bone. Right here, let me stand up if I can. Right here, there should be a clear line that goes all the way around. Well, there is no clear line because the cartilage is completely eaten away. My hip bone is jammed into my socket and it is grinding. So every movement I make, every twist, every step, every lift of my leg, it is just grinding on bone. And it has been like this for probably 6 to 8 months. So, this one right here shows it a little bit better. You can see the hip bone is completely compressed against the socket. I cannot move my foot inward. I cannot raise my leg more than 4 inches without tremendous pain. So the break in the back is not the problem. The problem is the hip. The hip, and there's nothing wrong with my knee. The pain that I've been experiencing in my butt, in my leg, in my thigh, in my knee, in my foot is all coming from the hip joint. So the doctor said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get your hip replaced. You can actually see my other hip replacement right there on the left side. It's doing great. Got plenty of years of life left. Nothing wrong with it. I had no idea that I had broken my back as a youngster. Dirt bikes are rough, man. You know, jumping bicycles, wrecking, landing on your back, all that stuff takes a toll. So I asked him, I said, so if we get the hip fixed, what's the chances? He said, I believe there's greater than a 50% chance you will never have a back problem. He said, if you do experience any pain down the leg 6 months after your hip surgery, we go in with a steroid shot once every year, every 2 years. We give you a shot in between that space into that nerve, and you're good. Takes about 10 minutes. So I got to thank the Lord big time, because I was told when I had this hip replaced that anywhere between 7 to 10 years I would have to have the other hip replaced. Well, we're coming up on year number 8. And how these doctors know that these joints will only last so long is beyond me. The doctor told me I had come in at the right time, because what is happening to my leg is my muscles are starting to shorten, and they're pulling back off of my knee, off of where my knee joint is, and they're pulling off of my hip joint because they're trying to protect from the pain. Hence, they cause 10 times more the amount of pain. He said, I can't believe you actually did lawn care. I can't believe you got on a mountain bike with this hurting like this. He said, I'm amazed. He said, this thing is shot completely. He said, it needs to be done now. So, December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, we are getting a hip replacement. It's going to knock out some of the videos I wanted to do this winter, but you know what, guys? I got to take care of myself. And the reason I'm making this video is not, I don't want anybody to say, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm happy that this isn't my back. This is my hip. And I would have never known that I broke my back, guys, if I wouldn't have gone and had the MRI. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're hurting, if you're in pain, go get checked out. I mean, I'm not sure what else to say. I know so many people that are in pain, their back hurts, their legs hurt, their hip hurts, and it's like they're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. You don't want to feel better? I mean, come on, man. This is going to completely give me back my life. I've suffered with this for a solid year. A solid year, boys and girls. And it is painful. It's painful to stand. It's painful to walk. It's painful to sleep. It's hurting the rest of my back. My whole back is in pain because of the hip. So if you experience, the pain is the body telling you something is wrong. Pain is not weakness leaving your body. I don't know what loon bat out there came up with that saying. No, it's not. Muscle pain and things like that, when you're pushing yourself to the limit, that's a different story. Bone pain, back pain, stuff like that at regular movements, that means something is wrong. So get it checked out. But I wanted to come on and tell you and share it with you guys because, I mean, we were shocked. We had no idea that my hip could possibly be bad. And they caught it on an x-ray yesterday and had me come in this morning, and they took other x-rays, which I showed you, and they said this thing is gone. Completely gone. If you see the little space on the new hip, right in this little line here, there's a little space in there. That's what the other hip should look like. And it is not. It is completely gone. There's nothing left. It's femur bone into a hip bone, and it's just grinding. And when I get up to turn this video off, it's going to grind again. And when I get up to go to bed, it's going to grind again. And I have, what is today? Today I have 16 more days of this pain to deal with. And then we're getting the surgery and I'm coming home. And then I'm going to be able to go out and make a living next year. So I'm so blessed. I want to thank God for getting this done and finding out that it wasn't my back. And if my back hurts a little bit later on, I can go get a shot. If not, I'm good. My sciatic nerve is not pinched at all. So, guys, find a doctor if you're in a lot of pain, and don't take your medical doctor's word for it. I made an appointment with a neurosurgeon myself. I didn't ask for an appointment. I made one. You are in charge of your health care. You've got to get that to your head. If you don't like what one doctor says, go to another one. I knew, and I had a break in my back. And they didn't even tell me that at the first doctor's office. They didn't even see it. My neurosurgeon saw it like that. And I said, can we do a laminectomy? He said, will not help. Shots and a small fusion is the only thing to fix that, if it even ever needs fixed. And he doesn't think it will. He said, you get the hip replaced, your pain's going to go away. So guys, thanks for sticking with me this year, man, through this journey. This has been the most pain I've been in my life. I'm telling you, it hurts so bad right now that I didn't even want to do a video, but I'm doing it anyway. So we're going to be doing videos of my recovery, of the day of surgery. When I come home, I'm going to be loopy again. You all can get a good laugh at it. I don't care. But you're going to see my recovery from hip surgery back to doing lawn care. And maybe it'll convince somebody out there to do it, because there's nothing to it, man. There's nothing to it. A couple days of pain wipes away all this agony. So, guys, as always, God loves you. I love you. Sarah loves you. And remember, Dr. Real was in the house. Keep it real. I'll see you guys sometime soon. Peace.